Sword of Coming Episode 13. In the previous episode, the small town fell into a mysterious stillness. As even the wind seemed to pause and time itself hesitated, Chen Ping'an witnessed extraordinary sights, a young girl mastering sword forging amid frozen sparks, ancient guardians calculating fates, and powerful figures like Liu Xianyang navigating the hidden rules of destiny. Meanwhile, Chen Ping'an received guidance and a precious jade hairpin from Xianxia, a token of wisdom and trust left by his late teacher, reminding him to value life, seize opportunities, and never lose hope. At the end of the previous episode, Chen Ping'an accepted the hairpin, feeling the weight of responsibility and the start of a new journey. As the small town returned to motion in the world beyond awaited his steps. What will happen next? Stay tuned. And the story continues. Outside a house in Clay Vase Alley, there was an unruly child with 2 lines of snot trailing from his nose. He was viciously kicking the door at this moment, cursing as he did so. His small voice rang out across the alley, full of frustration and anger. Yet beneath it was a hint of fear and desperation. Chen Ping'an, if you don't get the hell over here, I am going to get someone to hack you to death and smash all of that worthless stuff lying around in your house. What are you so busy with? Perhaps you are with Song Jixin's wife? Are you doing the deed with her in broad daylight? Do you not know to consider Song Jixin's feelings? His shouts became increasingly erratic. And then, almost as if surrendering to his own emotions, a sob crept into his voice. He sniffed loudly, the 2 lines of snot retreating back into his nose as he tried to regain composure. Chen Ping'an, who had been quietly observing, did not move immediately. Xianyang, the mischievous little boy, had a way of testing patience. Yet Chen Ping'an's expression remained calm, though it hinted at subtle annoyance. Xianyang suddenly felt a dull pain on the back of his head and, looking up, realized Chen Ping'an was indeed there. He let loose another flurry of curses. But when he noticed the young man's tired expression, he quickly softened, asking with concern, "Are you feeling all right?" The sudden shift in his tone was fluid and smooth, almost practiced, yet it betrayed a deep attachment and concern that only someone very close could feel. Chen Ping'an, holding a freshly made clay pot in his hands, puffed lightly. "Can you not tell whether I am all right or not?" he asked. More tired than irritated, Xianyang, realizing that Chen Ping'an had important matters to attend to, quickly ushered him to the entrance of his courtyard and, in a low voice, handed him 2 exquisitely decorated pouches. "Remember the small loach you gave me last year?" he whispered. Chen Ping'an was slightly bewildered but understood immediately. These pouches were familiar. One was a pouch of copper coins that Xianyang had given him after a prior transaction involving a golden carp. Carefully, Chen Ping'an brought the boy inside, placing the clay pot down, and immediately asked with concern, "An outsider wants to buy that catfish from you, is that correct?" "Xianyang, I strongly advise against it. Do not sell it, even if someone tries to force you. Didn't you want to give your mother a good life? If you sell the loach, that will never happen. Do you understand?" At this, Xianyang's sobs returned, and he clung to Chen Ping'an's sleeves, recounting, "I wanted to return the loach to you, but mother did not allow it. She even smacked me, ever since I was young. Mother never hit me before. And that storyteller, I don't know if he is a god or a ghost, but he is terrifying. He brought me into his white bowl, and after that, the loach grew so big that it was larger than the water vat in our house." Chen Ping'an placed his hand over the boy's mouth and glared sternly. "Since I gave the loach to you, it is yours. If you truly want to give your mother a good life, if you want her to eat meat every day, wear fine clothes, and enjoy what she deserves, you must protect this loach. Do you understand?" The boy nodded earnestly, his small face wet with tears but determined. Chen Ping'an then noticed the pouches in the boy's hands. "What is this?" he asked, recognizing Xianyang's typical attempt at sly generosity. The boy tried to concoct a story, but Chen Ping'an was far too familiar with him and saw through it immediately. He rapped Xianyang lightly on the head and said, "Take them back." Xianyang, however, stubborn as ever, refused. Chen Ping'an, initially ready to strike him harder, softened his tone after seeing the boy's determined expression. "Tell me the truth, what is happening?" he asked patiently. The little boy recounted everything, his encounter with the mysterious storyteller, the attempts to take him as a disciple, and the strange growth of the loach under the stranger's influence. Chen Ping'an listened carefully, understanding that Ji Yukan was a child with a rare fortune, possibly blessed by his ancestors through the locust leaves he had obtained. Yet, the mention of the river severing true lord immediately made Chen Ping'an uneasy. He recalled what Mr. Qi had told him about this man, immoral, cunning, and dangerous, though Ji Yukan had not been forcibly taken, and the storyteller seemed to pose no immediate threat. Chen Ping'an could not ignore the potential danger looming over the boy's future. Ji Yukan, seizing a moment of distraction, tried to toss the pouches of coins back into the house and run. But Chen Ping'an's hand caught him by the collar. The little boy wrapped his arms around his head pitifully, revealing the deep trust and attachment he felt toward Chen Ping'an. The boy's subconscious had already accepted Chen Ping'an as a guardian, almost like an older brother. A young woman dressed in black, Ning Yao, arrived at this moment. Observing the boy, she commented meaningfully, "Each person has their own fate." Looking at him, it is clear he is a mischief maker destined to cause trouble for 1,000 years. He will be struck with dumb luck after dumb luck. Ji Yukan, oblivious to the depth of her insight, immediately complimented her with the unfiltered honesty only a child could, praising her beauty and wisdom. Even the young woman accepted his compliment with subtle pleasure. Chen Ping'an, meanwhile, focused on the seriousness of the situation, instructing Ji Yukan to take care of the locust leaves and the copper coins. "These are important for your future. For your mother's sake, keep them safe, even from her if necessary," he warned. Ji Yukan, though slightly confused, nodded obediently. After a moment, Ji Yukan whispered something to Chen Ping'an before running off, promising to meet him in the future under a curious yet affectionate farewell. Chen Ping'an watched them leave, feeling a pang of sadness. The boy's departure reminded him of the transient nature of people in life, those he cared about inevitably leaving his side. As Ji Yukan and his mother disappeared down Clay Vase Alley, Chen Ping'an returned inside, where Ning Yao had quietly seated herself. He carefully placed the jade hairpin given to him by Mr. Qi, along with the 2 pouches of coins, on the table, continuing to brew medicine with practiced skill, his movements calm yet precise. Ning Yao picked up the coins and the hairpin, examining them carefully. Chen Ping'an recounted the events leading up to Mr. Qi's arrival, while selectively omitting certain details from after. Ning Yao listened calmly, analyzing the danger that Chen Ping'an had faced, and she confirmed that the river severing true lord, Liu Xianyang, had been the mastermind behind the recent calamities. She stressed that even if Chen Ping'an had escaped, people like Kai Jinjin and Fu Nanhua posed lethal threats, and without Mr. Qi's intervention, survival would have been nearly impossible. Finally, as Ning Yao examined the jade hairpin, she noticed a fine inscription. Even though she only had a rough understanding of calligraphy, she still felt that the characters inscribed on the jade hairpin were extremely beautiful and moving. As gentle and amiable as jade should a virtuous person be. Like threading a needle, brewing medicine was also a delicate task. Chen Ping'an was very calm and methodical as he focused on the pot of medicine before him. A mysterious sense of happiness radiated from his body. He moved with precision, carefully grinding herbs, measuring doses, and observing the changes in the simmering mixture. Every movement was deliberate, almost ritualistic, yet he seemed completely at ease, as if the act of brewing medicine itself gave him a quiet joy that went beyond mere duty. Ning Yao, sitting across from him, watched silently. She was not a patient person. Her life had been one of constant motion, traveling from place to place, relying solely on her own skill and judgment. She had faced countless hardships, and as a result, she was unfazed by the bare, modest surroundings of Chen Ping'an's small home. What might discomfort an ordinary person barely registered to her. She had long grown accustomed to rough conditions, sleeping under the open sky and braving storms without complaint. Breaking the silence, Ning Yao asked, Is your left hand okay now? Chen Ping'an, his left hand wrapped in strips of cotton cloth, carried a bowl of medicine over to her. He smiled calmly, saying, "It is fine. I prepared a paste from some herbal medicines before returning home, and I've already applied it to my wound. When I was younger, working as a potter, I often injured myself, and this remedy always worked. An old man from the Yang family's medicine shop shared it with me. Though he made me promise never to share the recipe, I didn't have time to see him today, but hopefully he was only away briefly." Ning Yao sipped the medicine, her delicate brows knitting slightly, yet she drank it without complaint. She muttered quietly, "Kind-hearted fool, no wonder you're so absurdly poor. It's almost as if you deserve to be bullied." She paused, then added, "Don't mind me. I'm quite frank when I speak." Chen Ping'an hesitated, wanting to respond but unsure how. Her words, meant casually, cut deeper than she realized. Wiping the medicine stains from her lips, Ning Yao straightened and spoke seriously. "Even though the sage overseeing this place, the one you call Mr. Qi from the private school, wants to help you live in peace, you must understand that everyone has limits. Even sages cannot guarantee absolute safety. And Mr. Qi himself is in a precarious situation, showing signs of being like a clay Buddha who can barely cross a river. I am just an outsider. I reciprocate kindness with great goodwill, but I also repay hostility with equal ferocity." Chen Ping'an listened attentively, understanding the meaning behind her elaborate phrasing. Ning Yao's speech, filled with lofty language, was meant to impress, yet to Chen Ping'an, who had been exposed to such philosophical expressions through his neighbor song Jixin, it was familiar territory. Her prideful words, hoping to elicit admiration, instead met his composed, almost indifferent gaze. She expected astonishment or awe, but all Chen Ping'an's expression conveyed was, "I understand, please continue." Feeling deflated, Ning Yao's energy waned. She sighed, admitting, "Since you saved my life, I will help you confront Fu Nanhua from Old Dragon City and Lu Jiamao from Lake Shujian. If you want me to handle both, you will need to offer payment, as we are strangers who met by chance." She indicated a pouch of coins, explaining her preference for the specific designs and patterns. She also outlined her abilities, noting her low cultivation tier and the limitations it imposed. Chen Ping'an, truly bewildered, could not comprehend the intricacies of her martial cultivation tiers or her talk of patterns within vital organs. He simply watched as she detailed her requirements. Then, noticing her dark expression, he quickly asked, "Ning Yao, your wounds looked severe just a moment ago. How is it that you seem almost healed?" She looked down, her voice hoarse, explaining that she had indeed been near death and that Taoist Liu had saved her. She admitted that her earlier demand for 3 pouches of coins had been unreasonable, retracting the request and promising to help him in the future as best she could, without risking her life recklessly. "Which pouch is the offering coins?" Chen Ping'an asked, clarifying. Ning Yao pointed to the pouch decorated with gold patterns. Without hesitation, Chen Ping'an pushed all 3 pouches toward her. Smiling, Ning Yao, astonished, could only mutter, "Were you dropped on your head as a child?" "No," he said calmly, explaining that while he had not been dropped, he had endured harsh treatment while herding cattle. Ning Yao laughed and teased him, suggesting he might have feelings for her, which Chen Ping'an firmly denied. She grinned, praising his taste but maintaining that she could not accept anyone who was not the most powerful sword immortal in the world. Chen Ping'an, blushing, clarified that she had misunderstood him entirely. Their conversation turned reflective. Ning Yao mused on fate, different ambitions, and personal drive, considering the different paths people take. Chen Ping'an casually asked whether she had come to the town seeking a fated opportunity, and she candidly explained that her goal was practical. She wanted a sword forged by Master Ruan that resonated with her ideals. Not necessarily for power, but as a matter of personal fulfillment. The conversation shifted to Chen Ping'an's left hand. Ning Yao noticed he did not appear in pain despite his injury. Chen Ping'an matter-of-factly explained that outward expressions would not lessen his pain. Ning Yao compared him to her father in temperament, though she noted he was far weaker. The discussion soon moved to the practical matter of safety and payment. Ning Yao insisted on being careful, noting that each task she undertook would require a bag of coins. And she accepted 2 bags from Chen Ping'an, confident she could earn them through her actions. Chen Ping'an smiled, accepting her practical terms. At that moment, Liu Xianyang entered uninvited, suggesting that Ning Yao stay at his larger house. She refused, preferring to remain with Chen Ping'an. A brief exchange between Chen Ping'an and Liu Xianyang revealed their concerns about threats from local figures and the importance of Master Ruan's protection. Ning Yao advised that Chen Ping'an seize the opportunity to become Master Ruan's disciple, as his natural aptitude for swordsmanship would be nurtured there, providing a form of safeguard. Chen Ping'an confirmed with Liu Xianyang that she spoke the truth, urging caution regarding Liu Zhengchun and the others who had appeared earlier. They discussed payment once more, with Chen Ping'an pushing the 3 pouches of coins forward, and Ning Yao accepting 2. Liu Xianyang questioned the decision, but Chen Ping'an remained resolute, understanding that some things, like safety and the fulfillment of promises, were worth more than money. As the interactions concluded, the mood in the room was calm yet charged with unspoken tension. Ning Yao's straightforward approach contrasted with Chen Ping'an's quiet deliberation, and Liu Xianyang's awareness added another layer to the scene. It was very rare that Chen Ping'an wouldn't be agreeable and kind. However, when that happened, Chen Ping'an would truly become very difficult to speak to. Liu Xianyang had witnessed it before. Chen Ping'an's neighbor Song Jixin had most likely witnessed it before as well. In this episode, we saw Chen Ping'an carefully brewing medicine with calm precision, while Ning Yao, tough and straightforward, revealed both her strengths and her vulnerabilities. We witnessed their unique dynamic, her frankness clashing with his quiet patience. The momentary misunderstandings, and the moments of trust that began to form between them. Ning Yao explained her intentions to deal with future threats, emphasized the importance of careful planning, and guided Chen Ping'an and his friend Liu Xianyang on the next steps to ensure safety and opportunity, including becoming Master Ruan's disciple. At the same time, we saw Chen Ping'an's unwavering kindness and thoughtfulness, even when navigating difficult situations or unexpected requests, showing why his character is so endearing. What happens next? Stay tuned for the next episode of Sword of Coming. If you enjoyed this episode or found it exciting, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to receive notifications about the latest episodes following Chen Ping'an's journey. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next video.